Welcome to day 41 of our 42-day STL Mastery course. Today marks an exciting milestone as we step into the world of mock interviews with a specific focus on the Standard Template Library or STL. In this session, we are going to simulate real-world technical interview rounds, solving problems using STL and applying it to solve algorithmic challenges. This is your opportunity to hone your interview skills and get ready to face the technical interviews that lie ahead, whether it's for a software engineer position at a tech giant or a startup. Let's get started and immerse ourselves in this interview simulation. Before we dive into the mock interview rounds, let's take a moment to discuss the objectives for today. The first goal is to simulate a real technical interview experience. You will be solving coding problems under pressure, just like you would in an actual interview setting. The focus of the problems will be on your ability to efficiently use STL, which is a critical skill in many coding challenges, especially for positions that require C++ proficiency. During the mock interview, you will be solving problems using STL algorithms, containers, and other related techniques. You will also practice under time constraints, mirroring the time-limited nature of real interviews. In addition to the coding rounds, we will provide peer and mentor feedback, allowing you to gain valuable insights into your approach, identify areas for improvement, and refine your skills for future interviews. By the end of this session, you should feel much more prepared for interviews that involve problem solving using STL. Here's an overview of what today's session looks like. We will kick things off with a brief welcome and briefing that lasts for the first 15 minutes. This will set the stage and I will walk you through the structure of the mock interview process. Then we will get into round 1 where you will face 2 timed coding problems. This round is focused entirely on solving problems using STL containers and algorithms. After that, in round 2, you will be presented with more complex problems that require not just coding but also design thinking. This means you will need to come up with a high-level solution, consider various design choices, and justify your approach. Once the coding rounds are complete, we will move on to peer review and panel feedback, where you will receive detailed input on your solutions and performance. Finally, we will conclude the day with a wrap-up session from the mentor who will share interview tips and strategies to help you succeed in coding interviews. Let's dive into each segment with enthusiasm. In round 1, you will face 2 timed coding problems. This round is designed to test your proficiency in applying STL to solve algorithmic challenges. Each problem will require you to choose the most appropriate STL containers and algorithms to optimize your solution. For example, one of the problems could ask you to find the k most frequent elements in a dataset. You will need to decide whether to use an unordered map to store element frequencies and a priority queue to find the top k frequent items. Another problem could involve the next greater element for this. A stack and a vector will come in handy. Lastly, a problem like sorting characters by frequency will require the use of a map, sort, and lambda functions. These are just a few examples, but rest assured, the problems will challenge your ability to apply STL effectively to solve real-world problems. During round 1, we will evaluate your performance based on several key criteria. First and foremost, we will look at how well you have used STL containers. Are you selecting the right data structures for the problem at hand? Are you using them efficiently? Secondly, we will evaluate the efficiency of your algorithms. Can you come up with a solution that is both correct and optimal, with a time complexity that does not exceed the problem's constraints? Next, we will focus on the clarity and readability of our code. In a real interview, interviewers need to understand your thought process, so writing clear, well-organized code is critical. Lastly, we will pay special attention to your use of idiomatic STL features, for example, using iterators to traverse containers and lambdas to make your code more concise and efficient. The goal is to demonstrate your understanding of STL and its capabilities while solving problems effectively. Moving on to round 2, this round will test both your coding and design thinking. Here, you won't just solve basic problems, you will also have to think about how to design a system or choose an optimal data structure for a given problem. For example, one problem might ask you to design a task scheduler using STL containers. In this case, you will likely use a priority queue to schedule tasks based on priority and a map to store tasks with their corresponding metadata. Another example could be designing an LRU cache. For this, you might use a list and unordered map to efficiently manage cache entries. In this round, you will not only code but also explain why you choose a particular STL container or algorithm. This will help demonstrate your ability to reason through design decisions, a skill that's essential in real-world software engineering. Once the coding rounds are complete, it's time for peer review and feedback. During this session, we will receive detailed feedback from your peers and mentors. The purpose of this feedback is to help you identify areas where you can improve your approach and refine your skills. For example, did you choose the best STL container for each problem? Was your solution both correct and efficient? Did you explain your thought process clearly? These are some of the key points that will be covered in the feedback. This is a valuable opportunity to learn from others, gain new perspectives, and further develop your problem solving skills. As we wrap up today's session, our mentor will provide a wrap up session where they will go over common pitfalls that interviews often face when using STL in interviews. For example, many candidates struggle with choosing the right container for a given task or optimizing the performance of their solution. Our mentor will also share some best practices for coding interviews, including how to approach problems methodically, how to think out loud during an interview, and how to manage your time effectively. We will also discuss strategies for managing interview pressure and how to stay calm under time constraints. Finally, we will provide you with hands-out that will be incredibly helpful as you continue your preparation, such as an STL interview cheat sheet and a list of top 10 STL coding questions. As we conclude today's mock interview session, let's go over the key takeaways. You have the chance you have had the chance to simulate a real STL interview environment, solving problems and receiving feedback. This practice should have boosted your confidence and equipped you with valuable insights into your strengths and areas for improvement. You have learned how to solve problems using STL containers and algorithms under time pressure, and the feedback from peers and mentors will help you fine tune your skills. Most importantly, we are now better prepared for coding interviews, not just for STL but for any technical challenges that come our way. Keep practicing and remember, real interviews are just as much about problem solving as they are about communicating your thought process clearly and confidently.